This right here is going to be the kind of right here in between these two big trees and between these trees right here. This is going to be the future spot for another pond that I'm going to put in. And that's the very reason why we've mowed everything else but this area right here, because this is the low spot right here, and like it's kind of like almost a swamp. I mean, it just doesn't really have a bottom to it. We've got to let that dry a little more. This whole area right here is going to be a big tech pond. It's going to have your points and your fingers, and it's going to have actual channels for your channel blinds, and teaching your D cheats and all your other drills that go along with running technical water. This spot's going to be designated for our young dogs, kind of just a circle that we can make, you know, in different hunting concepts. Like we're going to have dog stand, we're going to have duck blind, we're going to have a pit, actually a boat that they can run out of, just anything that they're going to encounter in an actual duck hunt. One thing I really love about this place is just the natural, how natural it is. I mean, we still got these big oak trees on it, and it's going to provide a lot of shade. Turn this into like a one-bedroom type apartment with all the luxuries of home. It's going to be a good spot for, you know, clients that are driving, you know, a pretty good distance to get here. We're gonna have one place where they can stay. That way they don't have to go get a motel. This would be a great spot, like I said, for whenever we start increasing the distance on our marks with our little young dogs. Trying to teach them how to go longer. We're going to be where we do that. We're going to gunshot test out here, you know, where we can get plenty of distance between us and the gun. Right now, this has always been a hay field. As you can see, this is going to be the last hay that's probably ever pulled off this property here. It's already got a few ponds on it. As you can see, you go this way, it's got some really good stuff going on with it. It's fairly technical. You know, we got kind of a little bit of a canal here, kind of open it up. We can do down the shore stuff. We can go over levees. What we're going to do right here is, this is kind of a natural low spot on the property, and this water kind of comes this way. This would be a really easy spot to go ahead and extend this pond out. So we're going to take this levee right here, we're going to take it on out to the road, and we're going to build this road up. It'll be a really deep hole right here. This pond is not very deep. If out in the middle of it, it's probably up to your chest. I want this to be a really deep spot. That way maybe the water can stay, you know, just a nice cool spot for the dogs to swim in. So all this right here is going to be water. We're going to leave this levee right here, kind of give them a longer swim from point A to B, and they're going to cross right here, kind of teach some land water aspects. We're going to probably put a pit on this levee somewhere, a duck pit, that way we can run both ways. That's about the best place that I can think of to put it. That way I can run some big land and water. We're going to kind of designate this area right here for teaching angle casting drills. All this big part where the hay is, we're going to teach our angle casting, teach baseball, land tee, and the water tee drills on the other side of the pond over here. Of course, you can go around anywhere at any place on this pond here and do water tee drills, teaching basic sit float and just the basic drills. What we did with these ponds, it's been a long time since anyone's been out here. You're talking 4 or 5 years. It was just a grown-up area, but these ponds were here whenever we bought the place. I just hired some machinery and we come in here. Right now the levees are kind of bare. We've kind of scraped them down a little bit. It's in this roughest form right now. We've been pulling trees up around it. It was really thick around here, so the first step that I could think of to do whenever we got this place was just to get all the trees off this pond right here. That way we can get around it really well. But once we extend the pond on this end down here, I mean, that's going to be a big stretch of water. You know, if we can get our dogs, before they run their first season test, if we can get them to running, you know, these basic water blinds, they'll be good to go in their first season test. And of course, once they get their HR title, you know, if we're running a UKC event, they'll be more than ready to go right into finish. That's kind of what we're trying to build here. We're trying to build something where it's just very accessible, where you can just walk around it and just set up corner blinds, bank-to-bank blinds, land water back over the land, back into the water blinds. There's even a point down there where we can kind of go down the shore channel blinds. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff that you could do right here on a little spot like this. This is actually going to be the kennel, the inside of this facility. This was actually on the property, and it was actually built for animals. I mean, it's vented really well at the top. Probably the only thing that we're going to have to do to it is just put exhaust fans on it and keep the air moving through here. And it's pretty hot out here right now, and it stays relatively cool. So this is a storage room. This is going to be the tack room where we're going to have force dogs. We're going to have our force table. We're going to do all our force fetching right here, food storage, the whole 9 yards. This whole thing is actually going to be concreted in probably about 2 weeks. It's going to be a 28 run facility. It's going to have, it's going to be actually laid out a lot like these stalls are. We're going to have a big, once these stalls are taken out, we're going to have a big hallway right here. And these are going to be to the fronts of the pens. We're going to have 3-foot walkways going around the pens. And then whenever we rinse these kennels, whenever it cleans out, it's all going to be gone. It goes back into a gutter system, and then it's out of here.